Mahak Mangal. He's got a video called I Tried Gen Z's Bhajan Clubbing, and that literally sounds like how religions will always take something that is from is it the secular sector, you know, the more open sector, and then try to do it in their religious aspect, like how they have Christian clubbing or Christian concerts or Christian yoga, in order to differentiate it from, well, concerts, yoga, all that other stuff. So I'm guessing it's just that kind of thing. But this is Mahak Mangal. I Tried Gen Z's Bhajan Clubbing.
हमारे देश में एक नया ट्रेंड आया है। भजन क्लबिंग का। आप में से कुछ लोगों ने या तो इसके बारे में इंस्टाग्राम रील देखी होगी या फिर प्रधानमंत्री मोदी को सुना होगा इसके बारे में बात करते हुए।
ऐसा ही लग रहा है कि जैसे कोई बहुत बड़ा कॉन्सर्ट हो रहा है। इस चलन को आज भजन क्लबिंग कहा जा रहा है और यह खास तौर पर जैन जी के बीच तेजी से लोकप्रिय हो रहा है।
What the heck is it?
देखोगे तो लगेगा कि कोई म्यूजिक कॉन्सर्ट है, बट देन थिंग्स आर डिफरेंट जब आप लिरिक्स सुनो।
So that's what it is. That's literally what it is. Yo, Ajay. It's literally what you see in, it's basically a concert, just something else put into it. This is just reminding me of those Christian concerts that they hold. Like churches will put up a Christian concert. Everyone would go so they can jump around and celebrate. I've never been to one. I hate these kinds of big social gatherings. I don't like them. I don't like concerts. I've never been to a concert, so I can't really say I don't like them. But I don't really like doing this kind of stuff in general. Of course, I've never done it, so I can't really say. But I just feel like I wouldn't. I've never had the inkling to go and participate in this kind of stuff. But yeah, this is what it's reminding me of, those kind of Gen Z devotional parties. Okay, so it literally is that. It literally is the same exact thing that they do here in the States, where it's like, oh, we want our kids to have the same kind of fun that the sinners and atheists and people who aren't Christians do. So we're just gonna do the exact same thing. It's like, if that's the case, why do you have to separate it? Why don't you just have them go to those parties? But no, it has to be different. And it's ridiculous. It's just like, if you want to go to a concert, go to a concert. Why does it have to be church related? Why does it have to be, it's just weird. It's just weird.
अब ये भजन क्लबिंग है क्या और लोग जा क्यों रहे, इसकी तहकीकात करने के लिए मेरे टीम मेंबर्स मोहित और वीना दिल्ली के ताल कटोरा स्टेडियम पहुंचे।
और ऑनेस्टली मुझे बिलीव नहीं हो रहा कि इतने सारे लोग हैं।
उन्होंने पूरा इवेंट अटेंड किया और कई लोगों से बात भी करी जिन्होंने ये इवेंट अटेंड किया। सो लेट्स फाइंड आउट कि ये भजन क्लबिंग भाई है क्या। संडे शाम को मेरे टीम मेंबर्स मोहित और वीना दिल्ली के ताल कटोरा स्टेडियम पहुंचे। इवेंट के स्टार्ट होने से पहले ही उन्होंने लोगों से बात करी और एक बात क्लियर हो गई कि मोस्ट लोग ऐसा इवेंट पहली बार अटेंड कर रहे हैं।
First time, man.
This is my first time experience.
Yep, because most of those people won't do it unless it's something that's in the faith. It's the same thing. Like, the reason why they hold those annoying Christian concerts is because Christians wouldn't go to a concert otherwise. And it kind of defeats the purpose, especially if you like know the Bible. What did Jesus Christ do? He went and spent time with the prostitutes and the tax collectors, you know, the sinners in society. Why the heck are Christians wanting to separate themselves from that kind of dynamic? Go and have fun, but also talk to them. Spread the word. But it's like everyone wants to isolate themselves. But yeah, everyone's doing it for the first time because they want to do something completely different. But which is literally the same thing that everyone else does. They just want to feel spiritual while doing it. I just think that's very isolationist, and I'm kind of against that. Like me, I love like integrating. I think integration is very important. So when I see something like this, it's like, if you don't want to do something, just don't do it. Don't wait till they do your spiritual version of it.
फर्स्ट टाइम आया, बस एक्सपीरियंस ही करना है इन चीज़ों को।
और आप सबका फर्स्ट टाइम है?
This was our first bhajan jamming.
आप इनका पहले अटेंड कर चुके हैं?
No, I have also not attended.
सवाल ये कि अगर मोस्टली लोग पहली बार अटेंड कर रहे हैं तो सब लोगों ने सुना कैसे इसके बारे में? Instagram.
We have
Oh my gosh, social media is a poison. Social media is a poison. Everyone follows influencers and they basically get people to buy into something. People need to stop listening to, don't listen to me. Feel for yourself. Do your own thing. Speak up for yourself. Don't ever have someone like an idiot like me or any other idiot out there online talking influence you into something else. Do it because you want to do it, not because someone's coercing you into do it or someone's trying to sell you something that looks good. Of course, someone who makes a ton of money will be able to experience something completely differently than someone who doesn't make a lot of money but still wants to attend the same thing, like a concert. Someone who can afford the nice seats, the best kind of tickets, is going to enjoy that thing better than someone who buys the cheap tickets, who's all the way far in the back. They'll still probably enjoy themselves, but it will be a completely different experience. Always do something because you want to do it, not because you feel like it's the cool thing to do. Never listen to idiots like me or any other streamer or any other influencer. Not that I'm an influencer, I'm just an idiot. But never listen to them. Do it because you want to do it.
Seen couple of reels.
पता कैसे लगा इसके बारे में?
through Instagram only.
Through an Instagram reel.
And this should not be surprising because reels बनाई ऐसी गई थी ताकि वो मार्केटिंग करें उनके इवेंट के लिए. उनके कौन है? बैकस्ट्रीट सिबलिंग्स, एक पॉपुलर भजन क्लबिंग आर्टिस्ट. इन रील्स की प्रोडक्शन और एडिटिंग क्वालिटी हाई थी और यंग लोग बहुत एंजॉय कर रहे थे. इन रील्स का मकसद था आपसे बस 2-3 बूंदे चखवाना जिससे आप क्यूरियस हो जाओ.
हम क्यूरियस बहुत थे बिकॉज वी वेंट टू कॉन्सर्ट्स, हम जाते हैं ये सब कॉन्सर्ट में, बट पहली बार ऐसा भजन कॉन्सर्ट सुन के तो वो होता है ना कि अरे भाई क्या ही होगा.
और पूरा ग्लास पीने के लिए तालकटोरा स्टेडियम आ जाए. एंड एज यूजुअल विद मेनी सोशल मीडिया थिंग्स, फोमो एक बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर था.
Obviously there is this one reason कि यहाँ पे
I hate that FOMO crap. I hate that FOMO crap. It's ridiculous. Do something because you want to do it. It's not that fear of missing out. Oh, the Stanley Cup, we need to get this stuff, and then that dies out. Oh, the Labubus, we need to purchase this, then that dies out. Oh, everything comes and goes. Fads come in, fads leave. It's freaking ridiculous. I have seen slow devotional songs turn into fast rap music. It's crazy how people change everything according to current trends. Yes, exactly. Like most like Christian hymns were originally, is it Christian? Yeah, Christian hymns were originally like drunk songs that people would, it was like, you know, the people would get drunk and sing songs in a tavern all together. And what they did, they just changed the lyrics. And there you go. But yeah, they did that stuff changes through time and everyone wants to catch up with what's relevant. With what's relevance. Just do things because you want to do them. And again, you can live vicariously through somebody by, oh, they're experiencing this. I'll check out the video on how they're experiencing it. But I feel like it's better to live vicariously through someone else than to go and do something that you don't truly want to do just because everyone else is expecting you to do it.
हाँ यार, अगर नहीं जाएंगे तो कुछ मिस आउट कर रहे हैं.
इनफैक्ट जपनीत के दोस्त ने उनको ये रील दिखाई थी उनको पर्सुएट करने के लिए. पर बात बस फोमो की नहीं है, हजारों लोगों के डिसीजन में बहुत गहराई भी है. और इसी को समझने के लिए मोहित और वीना ने पूरा इवेंट देखा. अब जब वो अंदर घुसे स्टेडियम में, अनसरप्राइजिंगली उधर बहुत केओस था.
मैं बोल रही हूँ, मैं अभी तक प्रॉपर क्यूज थे तो वी वुड एक्सपेक्ट कि आराम से लोगों को.
You're in India. What makes you think there's gonna be a proper queue? No offense, but offense. You all of you who've lived in India, you guys know how it is. If there's an opening, you're taking it. There's no queue. There is no queue. There has to be someone there literally controlling the entire event or there is no queue. It's like she's like surprised by the whole thing. It's like you're in India. For goodness sakes.
वो एंटर कराएंगे बट इट इज एंटरिंग लाइक अ क्राउड.
पर चाहे करण औजला का कॉन्सर्ट हो या फिर एक भजन क्लबिंग इवेंट, ये डिसऑर्गेनाइजेशन हमारे देश में इतनी सरप्राइजिंग नहीं है. बट मैनी पीपल डिडंट केयर अबाउट, क्योंकि जैसे ही वो अंदर घुसे उनको बहुत डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस मिला. जो प्रोडक्शन क्वालिटी थी इस इवेंट की वो बहुत ज़्यादा इम्प्रेसिव थी. हम में से कई लोग शायद एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करेंगे कि एक भजन क्लबिंग इवेंट में सोफिस्टिकेटेड लाइटिंग्स होंगी, हाई डेफिनेशन स्क्रीन होगा और अरेंजमेंट बहुत ही प्रोफेशनल होगा. जो एक्सपीरियंस था वो मानो एक म्यूजिक कॉन्सर्ट की तरह था और ना कि कॉलोनी में एक सत्संग की तरह. विच इज़ एन इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट कि ये इवेंट रिलीजियस है विद अ मॉडर्न ट्विस्ट.
With a modern twist. With a modern twist. The funny thing is I see something like this and I'm just, that's typical. But I get the difference. It's like you're expecting when you normally go and do like something spiritual or things like that. It's normally just a thrown up tent and a bunch of random people just getting together and just having a good time. This is literally, legitimately a team that's put it all together. But what's funny is, like, my experience, this is always what it seems like. This is always what it seems like.
गाना गाने से पहले ही बैंड ने ऑडियंस के साथ इंटरेक्शन किया.
Okay, guys, the question to you is, I want 4 names for Krishna ji.
एक आर्टिस्ट ने तो ऑडियंस को सॉरी भी बोला डिले के लिए. हॉल के अंदर जो एनर्जी थी वो धीरे धीरे बिल्ड करती है. फिर परफॉर्मेंस स्टार्ट हुआ.
The fact that they're just sitting there is kind of disappointing. One of the things you go to concerts for, like I've never been, but my friend has gone to, like, he almost goes to a concert a year. Maybe a few concerts a year. And even though he can't afford the best seats, he goes to it for like the high energy, the crowd around him all having fun. Not only that, is the fact that the people on stage singing the songs are up there moving around. They're actively, like the last one of Ozzy Osbourne's last stage performances, which was like a month before he passed away, he was walking up and down the stage. And then you just see this and I'm just like, well, what's the point of everyone sitting all the way back there when they can literally get a better shot sitting at home watching the screen? I mean, that's always how I've been. You always get a better footage from the cinematographers backstage who are cutting everything together live than being there in person. But you go there in person for like the group feel of the whole thing. But the fact that they're just sitting is like, come on, at least move around, have fun with it.
क्राउड बहुत मिक्स थी. कुछ यंग लोग थे जबकि दूसरे लोग धार्मिक थे पर इस एक्सपीरियंस से इतना वाकिफ नहीं थे.
That you would find a lot of young crowd. She was surprised. I am also surprised.
And this became obvious जब ऑडियंस को मानो हर भजन के लिरिक पता थे. और ये बस ट्रेडिशनल भजन गाने नहीं थे, कुछ में तो सूफिज्म और बॉलीवुड का मिक्सचर भी था.
Put your phones down. You're going to drain their battery.
The interesting thing was that the audience was participating in this event.
स्पिरिचुअलिटी पे और एक ऐसे तरीके से प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं जिससे वी इंजॉय करते हैं. मतलब ऐसे भजन संध्या ऑल तो होती है बट उसमें पीपल लाइक मी डोंट एंजॉय एज मच. बट इस कंटेंट को ऐसे प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं जिसमें वी आल्सो एंजॉय, वी आल्सो टेक पार्ट.
हम वो बचपन से वो सुन रहे हैं, वो अच्युतम के शिवम जो भी था हम उसे याद करते थे ताकि हम वो गा पाएँ घर में हमारे साथ. बट देन जैमिंग इट विद हमारे एज के बच्चे, हम वो एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करते थे. हमने वो किया, हम खुद भी ना हम कर नहीं पाएंगे, पर हमने वो किया, हमने बहुत एंजॉय किया वहाँ पे.
Some people also recognize कि भाई ये एक एक्सपेरिमेंट है and we are trying to experiment. इसमें क्या बुराई है?
हाँ, हमारी जनरेशन में we are open to everything. मतलब अगर आप हमसे पिछले वाली जनरेशन को ही ले लो तो वो लोग बोलते थे कि अरे भजन they were supposed to be मतलब कि एक certain age group से related. But I think we are open to everything कि चल भजन है भजन कर लेते हैं, सुनीति चौहान है सुनीति चौहान कर लेते हैं, मतलब experiences, we are open to experiences.
The interesting thing was that people were self-aware. उनको पता था कि उनकी जनरेशन और उनमें क्या खामियां हैं and what this event can serve.
हमारा attention span इतना रह नहीं गया है वो फीड डाल डाल के, so we need some कि अरे kick up हो जाओ, अरे शांत हो जाओ, अरे kick up हो जाओ, अरे शांत हो जाओ.
और ये इवेंट उनकी
See, I think that's kind of a negative there because everyone knows the issues with doom scrolling, but instead of being like we need to course correct and not, it's like no, everything should be adapted to the doom scrolling. So those of us who prefer long form content end up having to be stuck in a society that is nothing but doom scrolling. So sadly, I didn't go and see, I still haven't seen the first Super Mario movie, but Mario? Was it called Super Mario? Whatever it was. They came out with Super Mario Galaxy, and the only thing I've been hearing about it is it's a TikTok fever dream, where it literally goes like someone's doom scrolling. You get 60 seconds of one thing, you get 30 seconds of something else, you get 60 seconds, you get 30 seconds, you get 6. It's constantly changing. But that's the thing. Movies are going to start going that route, where there is no real point to it. It's just literally you're trying to get that dopamine out as quickly as possible. So they're just trying to hit you over and over and over and over again with something funny, with something cynical, with something uplifting, with something just every single time. Every single time.
दिक्कतों को सॉल्व कर सकता है कुछ हद तक. और फिर something interesting happened.
And this is not the end. Please, यार, एक dance हो जाए, please. Guys, should we make it a concert now? Let's go.
I've heard so many of these songs.
मानो इवेंट की पूरी वाइब ही चेंज हो गई, गानों की पेसिंग चेंज हो गई और अब इसमें एक म्यूजिक कॉन्सर्ट की फील आ गई. तो जब हमने इवेंट के बाद लोगों से बात करी, everyone remembered this last part.
Really, I thought कि it will be proper भजन, बैठ के लोग बस ऐसे भक्ति टाइप का होगा माहौल, but it was a fun thing. Sure, I was not expecting some dancing over bhajans.
Dancing was the best thing क्योंकि भजन सब ठीक है, हम मतलब सुनते हैं मंदिर वगैरह में भी, घर पे भी, बट ऐसे डांसिंग वाज द फर्स्ट टाइम हमने ऐसे एक्सपीरियंस किया था और सब लोग डांस कर रहे थे, हम लोग डांस कर रहे थे, मतलब बड़े लोग सब डांस कर रहे थे, एवरीबॉडी वाज डांसिंग, सो दैट वाज एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था कैसा. हाँ, ये तो नहीं करा था एक्सपेक्ट.
तो अब आपने समझ लिया इवेंट में हुआ क्या. Now the question is, why would someone attend this event? And the answer was easy to figure out. Stress. ये एक्सपीरियंस बस एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए नहीं था, बल्कि अपनी जिंदगी की समस्याओं का समाधान ढूंढने के लिए था. और इसकी गहराई समझने के लिए हमने अदा से बात करी.
Competition. I think the worst pressure that we as Gen Zs have to face is the competition we have in everything, not just career or academics. The competition in what do we wear. कपड़े पहन रहे हैं तो क्या वो.
See, this is the sad part. This is the sad part. This is what I was talking about. Is everyone, they're sadly trying to chase whatever they see online. As great as as it is, since the world's become so small due to social media, the world's become so small. It's also a negative because now people are judging themselves to someone that I don't want to say fits in their own kind of criteria, and I'm using criteria as the term for herd mentality. Yeah, but it's like they're literally trying to aspire to be those people who are born into wealthy families. For me, I was not born into a wealthy family. My mother and father made the mistake of having 5 boys. We are expensive. They should have stopped after the 3rd one, after me. I always say that as a joke. But the thing is, it's just like, we were not well off. My parents worked hard to at least give us a good childhood. Did we have everything we wanted? Well, we had everything we needed. And that's what's most important. We had everything we needed. And like, that's the thing. I wear like a $10 shirts. And I'm okay with that. They have something funny on them. I think it's just enjoyable. I wear the same hat every single day, everywhere. Well, technically I have like several versions of this hat. This one's my work hat because I busted my streaming hat. But yeah, I have so many different types of hat. I even have like one for gaming with a headset in it. But that's the thing. I do like the same kind of thing. I've always been like my own person. I've never followed the mold. I've seen what happens to those people that do. Like my brothers fell into that. And it just seemed devastating with how they would stress over how they would look, the types of clothes they would wear. Because my mother tried so hard to get us into a private school, which of course was just as bad as a public school. It was no beneficial to me, especially because I was sick growing up as a child. Paying thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars for me not to get an education was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. But I was self-taught. But the thing is, I saw them constantly spending every single nickel and dime on clothes, every single thing they had, just to try to fit in with the rich crowd. Because at a private school, you get around the rich crowd. I never fell into that because I just was never around them. I was just never around them. I was always sick. But for them, it was just seeing them do all that was ridiculous. For me, I'd buy a camera. I'd buy a PSP. I'd buy a Game Boy. I'd buy like all those people that understand what those words mean. You're all old like me. But that's the thing. It's like that. I would always be in technology because I was sick. I just spent all my time just sitting down gaming or distracting myself because I was in pain. But I had my own vices and I'd always follow the trends of like what's going on. Like I remember when Google Glass was being talked around the first time around, like AI glasses with Google Glass. That was like 20 something years ago. I was so invested in, I'm like, oh, this is going to be the future. 20 years ago, I was looking at that and I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. And then, yeah, but I had my own thing, but people always fall into this where they have to fit in with everyone when that's really not the case. Why does everyone want to be like everybody else? You have to understand where you're at as a human being, what your parents can provide for you when you're a kid growing up. You have to get in that mindset of being like, oh, this is as far as I can go with my parents' aid. Maybe I can add in. I mean, me and my brothers all got jobs around 15 years old. As young as we could start working, we started working. Like for me, as soon as I got healthy enough to actually get a job, I got a job. But that's the thing. It's just like me and my brothers knew as far as we could go. However, they were always stressed about how they looked. Me, I never cared. And I've always felt like I'm happier than they are. Sure, they're happy to like in the majority of it, but for me, I've always felt like I'm happier because I've always been more content. Because people always constantly chase the ideal fictional people they follow online. They follow online because, again, the majority of influencers, well, all influencers are fake. I don't even think I'm an influencer. I'm just an annoying retard online spouting nonsense. But the majority of influencers are fake. That's why you shouldn't follow them to get influenced to, oh, I should buy this. Oh, I should dress like this. Oh, I should eat this kind of thing. Oh, I should drink this kind of thing. Oh no, this thing's gonna run out. I need to run to the store and get it. Like this thing for me, something popped up in my feed. Popeyes is doing like a union with One Piece, and it's only opening in like 3 select Popeyes. I'm not gonna drive 6 hours to go to LA to get a bento box, a One Piece bento box. As much as I'd love to have one, I'm not gonna drive 6 hours to get a One Piece bento box. But there are people who will do that trek because they're just they're just so lost in that where they have to do it because, oh, it's the experience. Oh, I have to be one of the people that get it. Oh, pseudo feminists are the worst. Yeah. True.
वो अच्छे होने चाहिए. एमिटी में ही आधे लोग ऐसे पहन रहे हैं, अब हम ये नहीं कभी रिपीट नहीं करेंगे. So there's competition in everything we go. ये खा रहे हैं, ये बच्चे खा रहे हैं, हम
Not being able to repeat clothes, that's ridiculous. Like, I go to work dressed the same way every single day. Every single day. You wouldn't be able to tell that I changed clothes because, well, most of the time, it's not important. It's not important. But yeah, I've never understood that trend. Like, for me, when I'm streaming, I'll change my shirt. I change my shirt. That's it. That's it.
ये खाएंगे, सस्ता नहीं खाएंगे, नया खाएंगे. So I think the worst thing is the competition that we have with ourselves and others. Ourselves को मैं बोलूँगी हाँ positive है, but with others वो एक negative way में turn हो जाता है.
बेसिकली उनका कहना है कि प्रेशर बस एक तरफ से नहीं आ रहा. प्रेशर आ रहा है करियर से, सोशल मीडिया से, दूसरों के लाइफस्टाइल से और अपनी आइडेंटिटी से. और इस प्रेशर कुकर सिचुएशन से आप कहीं भाग नहीं सकते. ये आपका हर जगह पीछा कर रहा है.
हमारे अंदर ही इतना शोर है. So it's not just competition. इतना ट्रैवल करके कॉलेज आना, फिर कॉलेज में 8-9 घंटे बैठना, उसके ऊपर से कंपटीशन अगेन, इंटर्नशिप चल रही है, 100 चीज़ें हैं. तो अंदर हमारे इतना शोर है, शाउटिंग होती है अंदर ही अंदर.
And this experience was a form of escapism.
तो when we went there वो सब चुप हो गया, वो सब क्वाइट हो गया.
और ये पहली बार ही था जब अदा ने ऐसी चीज़ एक्सपीरियंस करी. उन्होंने यही इमोशन.
You know, you have a good point. How do these people focus on important stuff if they are busy thinking about this crap? I'm going to translate that for you. Crap. That's the thing. This is what is important to them. They'll think, like, that's the thing. For me, education was a means to an end because in the United States of America, it's not important. You can drop out of high school and still end up in a high-paying job, just going to like a trade school or just starting to learn something yourself and then getting into the industry. There are those avenues where you can do those kinds of things. So for me, education was a means to an end. I did it because it was like something I was interested in. I was like, I want to learn more. And then I went to college for it and I'm like, wait, they're literally teaching me everything in filmography, in editing, in animation, in directing, in writing that I had already previously taught myself. So it was like in the end a waste of a ton of money. But at the same time, I was just like, oh well. I did it for the experience. I did it for the connections. Then I did it to learn that I don't really like the industry to begin with. I'm glad that I did it, but I don't like the industry to begin with. I prefer the indie sector. But the thing is, like, most people are so focused on everything, they don't really focus on what truly matters. Like, most people don't even know what really matters. Like, for me, what matters is I have to get to work. I have to make enough money to provide for my family. There's paperwork I need to file for the continuing, ongoing visa process. Other than that, everything else is just something I'd want. Something enjoyable to do. It's not necessary for me. Being with my wife is a necessity. Being with, going to work is a necessity. And that's about it. That's dealing with the visa paperwork, that's a necessity. Everything else is a want. Everything else is a want. But a lot of people don't do that. They're always focused and they always have their minds on everything going on. On everything going on. And not like, you know what? I'm going to partial out these things and be like, I'll focus on this, then I'll focus on this, then I'll focus on this. No, they're trying to focus on everything. On everything.
वृंदावन में भी महसूस किया था.
तो आई वेंट देयर और मैं बहुत डिस्टर्ब थी बिकॉज नया कॉलेज, तो वहाँ पे जाके ना लगता है 2 सेमेस्टर की अपना सेटल होने को. तो वेरी डिस्टर्ब्ड और बहुत चीज़ें थी. आई वेंट देयर एंड आई हैव नो मेमोरी व्हाट हैपेंड टू मी. वो मंदिर घुसते ही आई वाज वेरी पीसफुल. मुझे कुछ याद नहीं है कि क्या हुआ है. मैं वापस निकली, मुझे सिर्फ वही मेरी मेमोरी नहीं है बीच की कि क्या होता है. बस आई वाज सो, मेरा सब शांत हो गया था.
भजन क्लबिंग के इवेंट के बाद वो थकी भी ज़रूर थी. But that emotion inside her was the same. जपनीत ने भी हमें सेम ही चीज़ बताई पर एक डिफरेंट एंगल से. उन्होंने कहा कि मुद्दा बस स्ट्रेस के बारे में नहीं है, बल्कि है कि हम स्ट्रेस को काउंटर कैसे करते हैं.
आजकल हमारी जनरेशन भी वी आर गोइंग थ्रू अ लॉट ऑफ ट्रॉमास. ठीक है, लाइक कुछ भी बोलो, रिलेशनशिप बोलो, जॉब बोलो, करियर बोलो, हर चीज़ में कहीं ना कहीं एक सेक्टर में हमारी लाइफ में कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा चल ही रहा है जो कि हमें
See, all those things, I don't think they're traumas. I mean, if you've lost a family member, if you've well, if you got replaced at your job, literally having to get hired, someone got hired and you literally trained your replacement, I guess that could be a trauma. But there are so many things that he mentioned there, which is like relationships. That's not a trauma. Relationships are tough, but then again, that's something that's a choice. A job, you can always find a job if you lose a job and you're struck with the stress of having to find another job. But he looks like he probably still lives with his folks. So yeah, that wouldn't be that much of a stressor. It's like, okay, now I need to start the process to look for another job. But yeah, a lot of that stuff, again, it's not a stress. You take it one step at a time. You do what you can. Like for me, when I was in between jobs, I was like, I'm doing what I can. I'll work on things on the side, but I'll always be I'll like fill out applications every time. Fill out applications. Send in a cover letter. Send in like recommendations, all those kinds of things. I would always be doing that. Just because it's just like, well, that's all I can do. No need to stress about everything else.
गलत जगह पे जाने पे इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकता है।
वो कहते हैं कि लोगों का कई बार एक्सट्रीम रिएक्शन होता है जब वो बहुत प्रेशर, दबाव महसूस करते हैं।
ये प्रॉब्लम्स के चलते लोग ज़्यादा या तो नशे में चले जाते हैं या एकदम ही स्पिरिचुअलिटी में चले जाते हैं, क्योंकि देयर इज नो मिडिल वे हियर।
इसीलिए
There's either drugs or there's overly spiritual. There is no middle ground. It's okay. There's always okay, whatever. There's drugs. You're talking about being okay. There is nothing more stressful than having to dedicate your life to an addiction. There is nothing more stressful than that, where you're constantly having to beg, lie, and steal in order to fund your addiction. So you're saying that substance, it will make you feel far. It's like, oh my gosh. Again, the people who end up going that route and losing their minds to a substance lose their conscience all to begin with. So I guess, yeah, you can go to drugs, or you could become spiritual, or you could just, you know what, continue going down, taking step by step in life. Everyone looks at everything as if it's this world-ending event. They look at everything as if it's a world-ending event instead of what it is. It's just another bump in the road, which is life.
ऐसे इवेंट्स बहुत मददगार हो सकते हैं। ना ये एक्सपीरियंस एक नाइट क्लब की तरह है और ना एक ट्रेडिशनल भजन की तरह, और इसीलिए कई लोग डिफरेंट एरियाज में एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हैं। कोई भजन क्लबिंग जा रहा है तो कोई दूसरी ऐप्स डाउनलोड कर रहा है। इसीलिए देश में अभी एस्ट्रो टॉक जैसी ऐप्स बहुत ही पॉपुलर है। लोग अपनी इनसिक्योरिटी को सॉल्व करना चाहते हैं और इसी का सोल्यूशन ढूंढने के लिए वो स्पिरिचुअलिटी तक पहुंच जाते हैं। कुछ स्पिरिचुअलिटी का दरवाजा खोलते हैं तो दूसरे एस्ट्रोलॉजी, न्यूमरोलॉजी और दूसरे वास्तुशास्त्र का।
If you have toilets in the northern directions, just put a blue color tape around the toilets. East में है तो green लगा दो, south में है तो red लगा दो, और west में है तो white लगा दो। हो गया solution।
यार तू बहुत सही है यार।
सॉरी, ये वाला हम ड्रॉप कर सकते हैं।
Wait a minute, why are they talking about putting tape around a toilet? Now I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that. Why the heck are they talking about putting tape around a toilet?
और दूसरे वास्तुशास्त्र का।
If you have toilets in the northern directions, just put a blue color tape around the toilets. East में है तो green लगा दो, south में है तो red लगा दो, और west में है तो white लगा दो। हो गया solution।
Is it because in public spaces they would do that? So north, east, south, and west know which toilet is theirs? What the heck are What? What? Oh, this has to be cut out of context.
यार तू बहुत सही है यार।
there's no way that this has to be cut out of context. There's no way this was what was in response to what he was talking about. There's no freaking way. I am so freaking confused. I am so freaking confused by that. Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. There's probably a lot of context there. It's probably clipped out of context just to make it a joke. But that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Sorry, ये वाला हम ड्रॉप कर सकते हैं. जिन्होंने स्पिरिचुअलिटी का दरवाजा खोला है, वो भजन क्लबिंग जैसी स्पेसेस में एंटर करते हैं.
जैसे यूथ है ना, इतना डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो रहा है, मेरे को तो लगा सबसे अच्छी मतलब कि यहाँ पे आके हम भगवान से कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं. मेरे को सबसे बढ़िया लगा यहाँ.
एंड दिस स्पेस इज वेरी डिफरेंट. ये कॉन्सर्ट्स, क्लब्स या फिर मूवी थिएटर से बहुत अलग है. आवाज कम है और केओस भी.
इट इज़ पीसफुल. सो इट इज़ जब आप क्लबिंग करते हो, आप कॉन्सर्ट में जाते हो, इट इज़ एक तो क्राउड मुझे नहीं पसंद आता, तो मैं तो वापस गई भी नहीं. वी वेंट टू वो भजन जैमिंग सेशन और हम लोग सब इतना टायर्ड होने के बाद भी वी ऑल केम बैक पीसफुल.
कई लोग के लिए इंक्लूडिंग मी जो नाइट क्लब्स का कॉन्सेप्ट है, इट फील्स मोर ओवरवेलमिंग देन रिलैक्सिंग.
Yep.
लोग ऐसे इवेंट्स अटेंड.
So he's just like me. It's that there's just too much there that it's more aggravating. Yeah, like you feel more uncomfortable than you feel like, oh yeah, it's more uncomfortable than anything. It seems like for most people who find a niche online tend to have the same kind of mindset in social gatherings. It's like we just don't want to be there.
कर रहे हैं ताकि उनकी एनर्जी डिफरेंट जगह चैनल हो.
Concert is more of a you get high and then you enjoy it and you get lost. This is something no one is high. Everyone is high in some sort of spiritual sense.
And there's another difference. आज हमारी दुनिया में बहुत कम जगह ही बची हैं which are family friendly.
They were all age groups. मतलब 5-6 साल के बच्चे हैं, 80-year-old. They were all dancing. They were all having their own expectation. They were all having their playlist.
हमने कई families को एक साथ डांस करते हुए देखा. और आप ये खुद ही बताओ कि कितने इवेंट्स हैं हमारे अब दुनिया में जहाँ रात को एक बाप बेटी एक साथ डांस कर सके.
They're quite a lot. Like I basically started off talking about those freaking annoying concerts that they have at like Christian organizations and things like. So there are tons of them all the freaking time in the US. But I used to help build the stages for them. I never attended because it's just too many people. I'd work the sound booth at like smaller events around 300, 500 people, but I'd help build the stages like that. That's right there. I'd help build the stage for when it was like 1,000 to 2,000 people, but that was it. It was just like, I'd just be a grip at that point in time. I'd help build the stages, electrician, plugging everything up, and then I dip.
और क्योंकि फैमिली एक साथ जाती है, कोई गिल्ट की फीलिंग नहीं है, झूठ नहीं बोलना पड़ता और छुपाने की या परमिशन की भी बात नहीं है. इनफैक्ट बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग था कि कई पेरेंट्स को तो बच्चों ने कन्विंस किया.
He introduced my son. He introduced.
और कुछ केसेस में उल्टा हुआ.
दिल्ली में जो भी शोज भगवान जी के होते हैं, मैं वहाँ पहुँच जाती हूँ अपने बच्चों को सबको इकट्ठा करके, अपने फ्रेंड्स को सबको लेके.
जपनीत ने तो ये चीज़ इंस्टेंटली नोटिस करी थी.
हुआ क्या था कि जब मैं अटेंड कर रहा था, सो मैंने अपनी मॉम को उस समय बताया नहीं था कि मैंने टिकट्स ले लिया है, मैं जा रहा हूँ, बिकॉज मेरे को था कि मैं जल्दी निकल आऊँगा, आई जस्ट अटेंड 15-20 मिनट्स, आई गो. बट ऐसा हुआ नहीं एंड मैंने उन्हें ये भी बोला है कि अगली बार आप भी चलना साथ में.
पहले उनकी माँ ये बात समझ नहीं पाई, पर जब जपनीत ने समझाया, सडनली उनका मूड बदल गया.
ये कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत ही नया है उनके लिए भी. उनको था कि यार ये क्या कर रहे हो, तो मतलब ठीक है, नहीं है, सही जगह है. सो इट वाज ऑब्वियसली अ सेफ्टी कंसर्न जो हर माँ बाप को होता है. जब वो चीज़ उन्हें मैंने बताई कि नहीं, इट्स ऑल सेफ, बढ़िया है, कोई ऐसा कुछ वहाँ पे लोग नहीं है उस टाइप के, सो शी वाज ऑल गुड विद दैट.
अदा ने ये इवेंट अटेंड किया अपनी दोस्त के साथ, पर नेक्स्ट टाइम ऐसा नहीं होगा.
आई आस्क्ड माय मदर, बट वो बिजी बहुत रहते हैं, तो उस चक्कर में मैंने दोस्त को ही पकड़ा कि फर्स्ट टाइम है, देखा आते क्या सीन.
I'm gonna say it's kind of annoying because every time they show her, you hear her bracelets clicking. You hear her bracelets clicking every time. Every time they go back to her, the bracelets are always clicking.
अच्छा लगेगा तो जाएंगे फिर मामा के साथ वापस.
And I feel that is the most interesting part, that people felt less judged क्योंकि दारू.
Sorry, bangles.
दारू कुछ नहीं थी, इसलिए परमिशन की प्रॉब्लम भी नहीं थी. And क्योंकि भजन बज रहे थे, enjoying them didn't feel inappropriate. And clearly this is now becoming mainstream, at least politically. अपने मन की बात एपिसोड में प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने भी बात करी.
आपने सोशल मीडिया पर ऐसे वीडियो जरूर देखे होंगे इस चलन को आज भजन क्लबिंग कहा जा रहा है।
इनफैक्ट बैक स्टेज सिबलिंग्स ने जब अपना वीडियो दिखाया तब उन्होंने ये क्लिप भी प्ले करी थी।
Going circles around the same point? Pretty much. Pretty much.
और अपनी जीवन शैली में इसी सोच से एक नया सांस्कृतिक चलन उभर कर सामने आया।
अब इस इवेंट के दौरान कोई पॉलिटिकल स्पीचेस नहीं थी, बट यू ऑल्सो नो दिस कि जब कोई चीज़ पॉपुलर होने लग जाती है, politicians obviously attach themselves to it because it makes political sense. इसीलिए अनसरप्राइजिंगली दिल्ली की चीफ मिनिस्टर रेखा गुप्ता ने भी दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में एक भजन क्लबिंग इवेंट अटेंड किया।
मोदी जी ने अपने मन की बात प्रोग्राम में इसका जिक्र किया था।
This is one thing I don't like. Something starts, people start enjoying it, and then it gets bogged down by politics. And then it becomes a battlefield. Sometimes things need to not be a part of politics. They need to be outside of politics. This is something I see as a complete negative. Yes, I understand politicians always want to be a part of things that are popular. They want to rope themselves in and be like, I'm just like you all. I'm just like all you cool kids. I'm like all of you. I am just like all of you. I don't know what you're singing about. I don't know what you're doing here, but I'm like all of you. It's like, they do that all the time. Like what? Kamala Harris was playing video games on like Twitch, talking about how she was like everybody else. I'm like all of you. When it's like, it just is toxic. It brings down the vibe of people just wanting to have fun. Because everyone starts thinking, oh, there's an agenda. There's an agenda. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. Like, I'm okay with things having a bias. I just don't like it when things have an agenda. And politicians always have an agenda when they back something or when they go somewhere and put themselves in something. Just stay out of it. Just stay out of it.
ये सोचते थे कि इस प्रोग्राम को कहाँ करा जाए दिल्ली में। दिल्ली से बेटर कोई जगह नहीं हो सकती इस प्रोग्राम को करने के लिए।
उन्होंने कहा कि ये इवेंट मोदी जी के विजन को आगे बढ़ा रहा है और अब ऐसे इवेंट्स कई यूनिवर्सिटी कैंपसेस में हो रहे हैं और इनमें से कई इवेंट्स बीजेपी सरकार खुद फंड करती है। जैसे दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में पिछले कुछ महीनों में ऐसे कई इवेंट्स हुए हैं। मिनिस्टर कपिल मिश्रा ने कहा कि एक ऐसे इवेंट को ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए 5 से 6 लाख लग सकते हैं और वो ऐसे इवेंट्स को स्टूडेंट लाइफ का एक बहुत बड़ा भाग बनाना चाहते हैं। Now for any political party or government to do this, it makes sense क्योंकि सभी पार्टीज चाहती हैं कि यंग लोगों का वोट उनके पास आए। इसीलिए ऐसे इवेंट्स को ऑर्गेनाइज करना becomes another touch point for any political party. But students are also not dumb. उनको पता है कि भाई उनकी प्रायोरिटीज है क्या।
नए प्रायोरिटीज है कि अब जॉब ढूंढनी है। तो हाँ, मोस्ट स्ट्रेसफुल फॉर मी वाज कॉलेज एंड नाउ एट दिस पॉइंट इज जॉब ढूंढनी है।
बीजेपी की दिल्ली यूनिट ने भी दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के पोलो ग्राउंड्स में एक ऐसा ही इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज किया। ये नेसेसरली एक भजन क्लबिंग इवेंट नहीं था, पर इसको हेडलाइन कर रहे थे साधो बैंड। बहुत क्लियर था कि ये एक पॉलिटिकल इवेंट है क्योंकि बीजेपी ने ये फंड किया है, पर इसकी वाइब्स वो बैक से सिबलिंग्स इवेंट की वाइब से बहुत डिफरेंट थी।
पोली ग्राउंड के अंदर आ गए हैं और यहाँ पे पूरा शामियाना लगा हुआ है। दिस इज नॉट समथिंग
That almost looks like my wedding venue. Oh my gosh.
that I expected at all. और free food और सब कुछ है attendees के लिए.
The tables.
This is more like a musical show, not a clubbing event. इसी वजह से प्रोडक्शन वैल्यू कम थी और जो भी पोस्टर्स थे वो ऑर्गेनाइजर्स के बारे में थे, ना कि बैंड के बारे में। म्यूजिक चल रहा था पर मानो वो एक साइड कैरेक्टर की तरह था।
इधर परफॉर्मेंस चल रहा है साधो बैंड का और कुछ लोग
Yeah, you can literally tell that the performance isn't even the focus. The fact that everything is all the way out here, like everyone needs to be clumped in one spot, forced to spend time together. That's how it's supposed to look. It's being completely co-opted.
और बहुत सारे लोग देख रहे हैं, पर ज्यादा लोग इंटरेस्टेड हैं खाने पीने में।
कुछ लोगों ने enthusiastically गाना तो गाया, पर कई लोगों ने ये भी कहा कि they didn't even know कि होने क्या वाला है इवेंट में।
मैंने पहला बार इनका नाम सुना था, देखा तो लगा था कि होगा कोई, मतलब मैंने सोचा था रिसर्च करने के, लेकिन टाइम नहीं मिला ऑफिस की वजह से, फिर आया था। लेकिन इनका परफॉर्मेंस बहुत शानदार था।
अब जो बुजुर्ग लोग थे वो डिफरेंट चीज़ों के बारे में बात कर रहे थे। but the youth was clearly much more focused on the performance.
फिर हम लोग है ना यहाँ पे बैठ के गुनगुना रहे थे, वाइब कर रहे थे, साथ में गा रहे थे.
Of course, the young people would go to the front and actually want to see and be involved in everything. All the old people would go back and get the food. I'd probably be standing in the very far back corner, just staring at everything, being creeper.
उनको ये पता था कि लोगों को encourage कैसे करना है. Like उन्होंने ऐसे partition कर दिए और फिर ऐसा competition create कर दिया कि कौन सी side से ज़्यादा आवाज आएगी. तो उनको ये tactics पता थे कि कैसे crowd interaction. हाँ.
और इस मॉडर्न ट्विस्ट की वजह से कई बुजुर्ग लोग बहुत ओपन भी थे कि हाँ ये तो हमारे बच्चों के लिए अच्छा है.
ये इससे क्या है कि बच्चों में संस्कार पैदा होते हैं. हम भाजपा के समर्थक हैं, भाजपा के वर्कर हैं, हम बचपन से आरएसएस के वर्कर हैं हम.
और क्योंकि एक पॉलिटिकल इवेंट था, इट वाज क्लियर कि ऑर्गेनाइजर्स लोगों की आइडेंटिटी शेप करना चाहते हैं. एंड दिस शुड नॉट बी सरप्राइजिंग क्योंकि पॉप कल्चर एक ऐसी फोर्स है जिससे हर कोई जुड़ना चाहता है. Songs and movies have been part of human tradition for centuries. और ये फॉर्मेट अब रीइन्वेंट हो रहा है. And because life's only rule is change, इससे एक बहुत पॉपुलर फॉर्मेट हिंदू धर्म में वो भी अब चेंज हो रहा है. भजन अब भजन क्लबिंग का हिस्सा हो रहा है.
Yeah, this one seems more enjoyable than the
अपनी जिंदगी के स्ट्रेस को भूल जाना चाहते.
food and chairs and tables and all that stuff.
वो स्ट्रेस फील करती थी. यंग लोग अब भजन क्लबिंग के लिए जा रहे हैं. Only changes, पर्पस सेम है, बस मीडियम बदल गया. स्ट्रेस दूर करने के लिए कुछ लोग करण औजला के कॉन्सर्ट में जाते हैं, कुछ लोग बाहर जाते हैं, कुछ लोग फ्रेंड्स के साथ गो कार्टिंग करते हैं. भजन क्लबिंग इज नाउ वन मोर ऑप्शन दैट पीपल आर. Who am I to say कि ये सही है या फिर गलत है? You decide for yourself.
I would say the thing that's wrong about it is the fact that it's becoming political. Like, again, like churches in the United States do that form of thing, temples, and that kind of thing has been done for a long period of time in the United States. But politicians have never attached themselves to it because there has always been a separation between like the church and state, the church and government. There's always been a separation. So politicians have never actually completely, oh, you know what? I'm going to be a part of this. Everyone should join it. This is popular. You know what? I'm going to go there and speak on it. Has there been occasions where there has been like this massive church gathering of like thousands of churches, tens of thousands of youths, and a politician has gone and spoken? Not that I have come across, but sure, that's probably happened. That's probably happened. I mean, I know they did it at like the Boy Scouts, where the presidents and such would go and do like a speech at like the Boy Scout ceremony. But other than that, I mean, it was just like there should be a separation. There should be a detachment where it's like, oh, this was brought to you by so-and-so senator. Like, no, no, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that video said nothing. Yeah, it literally said nothing. Because like as soon as I started it, before I even played the video, I brought up several similarities here in the U.S. Like church concerts, like church clubbing, like Christian yoga. You take something that you think is not welcoming of who you are as a person, and you change it to make it for yourself. You change it to make it for yourself. Like I talked about that at the very beginning, and then it was literally that. It was literally that. Oh my gosh. There are Indian parties, ideologies is based on religion. Yeah, but that's the thing. It shouldn't be the focus of it. That's the problem. Like, Christianity is like the main religion of the United States, but the church can't exactly dictate what goes on, and the government can't tell the church what it can do and not do. Of course, there are laws that the churches have to abide by, but at the same time, it's not going to tell the churches like, oh, you're supposed to preach this or do this or do this. That's the Pope's job.
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.